concerns that we do have may be addressed. Thank you.
That's right. Thank you.
I call the honourable member Jami-Lee Ross.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I stand to speak in opposition to this depleted uranium bill. I understand that the member Phil Twyford does feel strongly about this, but we stand in opposition to this because we don't believe in just boxing at shadows. We don't believe in passing legislation that would put us in the league of a number of countries such as Belgium. What are the other countries? That is the only country that has banned depleted uranium, Mr. Speaker. And so whilst we like to be world leaders around the world, we don't necessarily have to be the ones who go off banning things unnecessarily when they have to date, no adverse health effects have been identified by the New Zealand Defence Force personnel, no conclusive evidence that depleted uranium poses a significant health or environmental threat has been found either. Mr. Speaker, the people of Te Atatu made a bold decision last year. They elected Phil Stoner Twyford to Parliament to be their representative, to champion their most significant issues, to stand up for them on the big issues of the day. What have we got here today? Banning depleted uranium. Mr. Speaker, this is a bit of a non-event. This is boxing at shadows. This is not a huge issue in my electorate, Mr. Williamson. I can assure the House that I've thoroughly asked my constituents at every single constituent meeting. No, I'm just joking here. Mr. Speaker, this is not an issue that I think weighs heavily on the hearts of New Zealanders. We know from the report that the Foreign Affairs and Defence Select Committee did most recently that this isn't an issue that is one that's pressing for the country to deal with. I just want to finish off by quoting a paragraph from the Select Committee report. It says, agencies such as the United Nations Environment Programme, the International Committee of the Red Cross, the World Health Organization and the International Atomic Energy Agency have conducted research into the effect of depleted uranium on the human population and generally conclude that the risk of post-conflict contamination is statistically insignificant. Mr. Speaker, I suggest this bill is also insignificant and isn't worthy of being passed by this House.
Point of order, the Honourable Simon Bridges.
Mr. Speaker, I just want to clarify whether Honourable Tau Henere's iPad and the way that's positioned is in line with your earlier clarification to this House.
Can I just advise members that members may use such instruments during the course of debate when they're in the House, but when they're not debating, they must be removed from the top and placed on the down on the desk. Call the Honourable Mary Ann Street.